Good afternoon. I'm going to share the Bible. I also want to share with you that I fixed my hair today. My arm I can use it some more. It's not perfect yet, but I can use it some more. Now, Isaiah 60:1 says, "Arise, shine." Want to do that? Want to arise and shine? I remember people getting me up and saying that, "Arise and shine." They were quoting Isaiah chapter 60, except it didn't have an "and" in it. Arise, shine. For thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. Can you say that? Your light. Jesus said, "I am the light of the world." He has come, and it has risen upon thee. You have seen his light. You have seen who he is. And you are blessed to see that, and you're blessed to let it shine out of you. Because he's come, when we keep his commandments, he said, "I and my Father will come and make our abode with you." So as you keep his commandments, realize that his light is in you and shining out of you. Verse 2 says, "For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and the gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee." So it is happening right now that there is darkness covering the earth and gross darkness the people. When you go to church a lot every week and you see people that's got the light in them, you don't realize how dark the world is because you're not out in it. But it is dark. And it's covering the people, and it's covering the earth. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. So you have faith that the Lord in you, as you serve the Lord in the beauty of holiness, as you live for him with all your heart, have faith that that light is being seen upon thee. His glory shall be seen upon thee. Verse 3, "And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising." So Jesus is the light in us, and that's who he's talking to. He's saying, "The Gentiles shall come to thy light, Jesus, and kings to the brightness of thy rising." It reminds me of those moths that, I think they call them millers or something, how you go outside and you got a light on and they're all swarming around that light. It reminds me of that, how the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. That light attracts them. It attracts the Lord's people. It attracts people who even don't know him but want to know him. So they're attracted by that light. Verse 4, "Lift up thine eyes round about and see. All they gather themselves together, they come to thee. Thy son shall come from far, and thy daughter shall be nursed at thy side. Then thou shalt see and flow together, and thine heart shall fear and be enlarged. Because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee." So the Lord Jesus Christ is going to be the light of the world forever. And as people see that light, they're going to see them gathering together to him. They gather themselves together. They come to thee. Thy son shall come from far, and thy daughter shall be nursed at thy side. So Jesus is going to be around whom all the sons and daughters are coming around. "Then thou shalt see and flow together, and thine heart shall fear and be enlarged." So the Lord is, to me, he's still prophesying to Israel. He's prophesying about Israel, but he's also including all that's going on with the Gentiles and Christ in here too. And he's saying, "Thou shalt see and flow together, and thy heart shall fear and be enlarged. Because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee, the forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee." You know, you hear things about anti-Semitic people who are against the Jews. But the Christians are never against the Jews. We are not. We are thankful to the Jews. Thankful for Jesus coming through them and our Bible coming through them, our Holy Bible coming through them. We're thankful to how God blessed us through the Jews. And so when we flow together into the Jews, into the kingdom of God, and we love Abraham, we love Isaac and Jacob, we love all the patriarchs of the Jews, we love them. And all the forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. We have come to these that were Jews, the beginning of the Jews. We are coming to them and loving them. Verse 6, the multitude of camels shall cover thee, the dromedaries of Midian and Ephah. All they from Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold and incense. They shall show forth the praises of the Lord. Do you remember when the queen of Sheba came to Solomon in the Old Testament, before Isaiah? She came to Solomon, and she brought all kinds of gifts from her country to Solomon, and she marveled at his wisdom and the way all of them were in his palace and the way it was, everything about how Solomon did. This is the same kind of thing, that when God gives wisdom and God gives grace, then people come and they bring gold and incense, and they shall show forth the praises of the Lord. And that's what's happening in the world, where people are meeting Jesus now. All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. The rams of Nebaioth shall minister unto thee. They shall come up with acceptance on mine altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. So God knew that the world was going to worship him. Yes, the world will worship him. When it comes the time that Jesus rules and reigns on this earth, every part of the earth will be directed into worship of God. That's 1,000 years that Jesus is going to rule on the earth. So there's a lot to look forward to, and there's a lot to look forward to for the Jews and for the Holy Land about the worship of God in this world. He said, I will glorify the house of my glory. Who are these that fly as a cloud and as the doves to their windows? Surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Lord thy God, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Therefore thy gates shall be opened continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. So God is going to open the Holy Land up to people flowing into it for the worship of God. And when we look for that wonderful time that Jesus is ruling and reigning on the earth, it's unheard of how great it's going to be to live during that time, because of people worshiping and loving God on the earth. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. So that's the way it's going to work. That's the way it's going to work when Jesus rules this earth. There won't be a nation that won't serve him. The whole world will. The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together, to beautify the place of my sanctuary. And I will make the place of my feet glorious. Where he stands, it'll be glorious. We don't know what it's going to be like during that 1,000 years of Jesus ruling and reigning, but I believe this is speaking of it. This is part of it. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. And they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. So God is preparing a time on this earth for this all to come to pass. And it's going to come after the tribulation, when Jesus comes in the clouds and when he stands on the earth and he begins to reign for that 1,000 years. It's going to be then that all the people that were afflicted thee are going to come bending unto thee, and all that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. God is going to make Israel and make Zion or Jerusalem a holy place, the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Let's look back here and see what word Zion means. It's so often talked about Jerusalem and about Israel. And let's see what it says it actually means. Zion, citadel, a fortress, a citadel, a town that is looked on as a place of a refuge, a safe refuge, a citadel, the Zion of the Holy One of God, the place that's a refuge. Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations. A joy of many generations. An eternal excellency. Where does it say in Psalm for us to pray for the peace of Jerusalem? Let's see. See if we can find it. Well, first we'll look in the concordance, because I don't remember exactly where it was, and that's why you look up. I can look back here at Jerusalem and see if it says pray for the peace. Let's see. It's a lot about Jerusalem in here. Okay, I don't see that in here, so I'm going to look up in the concordance, peace of Jerusalem. Let's look up peace and see if it has it there. PQR, peace. Here's PEACE, peace. Let's see, and we'll look down to Psalms. We know it's in Psalms. Here's a bunch of Psalms. Pray for peace of Jerusalem. Psalm 122 and 6. Isn't that great to have a concordance? Because you can't always remember. Maybe I will from now on remember it's in Psalm 122 since I looked it up. And see, that's the good part about it. You learn as you look things up. And it says, I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord. Our feet shall stand within thy gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem is builded as a city that is compact together, whither the tribes go up, the tribes of the Lord, unto the testimony of Israel. Give thanks unto the name of the Lord. For there are set thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David. Then verse 6 says, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee. Peace be within thy walls, and prosperity within thy palaces. For my brethren and companions' sake I will now say, peace be within thee. Because of the house of the Lord our God, I will seek thy good. Because God's house is in Jerusalem. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee. All my life praying for the peace of Jerusalem. When I do, sometimes I don't remember, but when I remember to pray for the peace of Jerusalem, I'm really praying, because it's not peaceful. It's not, and it's not been peaceful. I don't know if it's peaceful tonight, but it's threatened by Iran and threatened by Hamas and everybody that hates Israel. It's always threatened in my lifetime. It has been. So when the Lord speaks of Israel, it speaks of Zion, the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel, the citadel of the Holy One of Israel, the city of the Lord, that is Jerusalem. Verse 15 says, whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations. Let's stop right there. We've got a few more verses and we'll cover them tomorrow. But just realize that there's a great time coming. It might not be long off when Jesus rules this world. And it's going to be some wonderful place to live. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you. Lord willing.